Don't adjust your televisions because it is time for a check-in on the Xbox Summer Showcase on this episode of Game Pass or Pass, the podcast where we normally play games on Microsoft's Game Pass service, tell you which games to pass into a friend and which games to simply pass on by. I'm Corey. I'm joined by the man who was just world premiered to everybody, Basher.
I'm still exclusive to PlayStation now.
It was wild to see a PlayStation exclusive on an Xbox show. I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know what to do. It was awkward. We are normally here to talk about video games, and we're still going to talk about video games. We're going to talk about the future of video games. It is not E3 season, which means we got a state of play from Sony, a summer showcase from Xbox, and whatever Jeff Keighley does. What does he call that? I think it's just Summer Games Fest, right?
Yeah, that's what it
whatever
is.
that thing is. So we got games to talk about, and it's always kind of a weird and confusing time, but we also have been gone for quite a while, and a lot has changed in the Xbox scene. Actually, in all the scenes, I guess, when you really think about it. Prices are up as high as they've ever been. You've got games being canceled. You've got studios being closed. You've got exclusivity coming and going.
Thanks, Obama.
All that will be...
Jesus.
all that will be discussed over a little bit of this simply because it all plays into that, I guess is the best way to say it. So, we are obviously a Game Pass-centric show, so I think we'll start with just the summer showcase and sort of how did we feel overall? We don't have to sit here and recap it. These are our raw reactions. We are 30 minutes from it ending. So let's start there. What did you think of it?
I think across the board, I know you said just Summerfest in general, but I think across the board it was pretty good showings from everybody. You know, I think if you're an Xbox fan, you finally got some good stuff coming down the line here. You know, like, and I say finally because, and I play that to essentially everybody, you know, across the board. Like, everyone's kind of playing older games nowadays or the same games. And now we're finally, it took this long for these systems to finally kind of push games I imagine we would have gotten 5-6 years ago, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and this is going to sound dramatic, but it kind of feels like we're healing. You know, it feels like the industry is maybe finally identifying some of its problems. And while we still got good games in that span, like you and I have talked about it many times, it's just like, man, there's just so much AAA nonsense going on that it's hard to. It's not just economy and things like that. It's like it just feels creatively bankrupt in many ways. You know, like you said, like, while there's stuff coming out for everything, I'm not like over the moon, but I'm definitely not like, oh man, gaming sucks. Like, I'm definitely just like, okay, like, yeah, I'll play that. But like, I don't have anything on my radar right now that's like, yo, this is the future. Like, this is the game that I'm looking forward to. And that could just be a me problem, but I don't think it is. I think it's fair to say that, like, I think this generation of consoles is, I mean, it's weird to say that it's already wrapping up, but like it is in many ways.
It's the worst one by far.
Yeah. And it's, what can you blame it on? Like, can you blame it on COVID? Maybe. Can you blame it on technology? Maybe.
COVID is like the scapegoat for literally everything right now. Like, no, it's not COVID. I truly think for a long time trends were being chased and people were playing it a little too safe, or not even a little, way too safe. You know, it's when you're making and remaking The Last of Us for the 7th or 8th time, like, I think we've hit a point where diminishing returns have kicked in. You know, like we need to start building and creating new things. That's why I like to see the maker of Eco, his new game being premiered and stuff. And you know, like, we need people kind of pushing the industry, but we also need like new IPs to kind of take over for the industry. Like as meathead as it is, it was good to see Stellar Blade come back as fast as it did. You know, like, usually like a hit like that, especially if Sony was involved, you don't see that again for 4 or 5 years, and then at that point you kind of forgot about it, and it's the same exact game, and it's like the hype's done. Whereas like I think developers are starting to capitalize on their riches a little better at the moment, and it's good to see that like some developers are listening in the right directions. And in this show, I also saw some people listening in the wrong direction as well.
Yeah, it's yeah, that's a lot to unpack there. Yeah, so I guess let's start diving into the games because it specifically the Microsoft stuff. And I guess we can talk about anything Summer Games Fest, but we just came off the Microsoft show, so I guess we'll start there. And like you said, like it's developers listening. It's some of them that are still derivative, some of them aren't kind of things. Development times and all that. So, anyways, so let's just talk about what stood out to you at the Xbox show. I guess I'll kind of start first, and I think we let's start with Gears. It opened the show as well as closed the show in a weird way. But that was their focal game that they've been doing this ever since I think Starfield, which was 2023 maybe. But they always have like a game that they're focusing on. And this one was Gears E Day, which is Gears is obviously it's the brother to Halo. Like when you think Xbox, it's Forza, Gears, and Halo. Well, it used to be at least for a very long time. So like this is a big game. It's also not because this is like the 9th title in the Gears franchise that we've gotten. If you include mainline games, I think it's the 7th because there's 5 Gears games and then there's Judgment, which would be 6. So 7. So this is like technically the 7th mainline game. So, however, we haven't seen Gears in almost 5-6 years. So the last one was Gears 5, which was very divisive for many different reasons. And the fact that they decided to go back and not even finish their trilogy, I think said a lot at the time. But also a lot can change in 5 years. So Gears E Day, how'd you feel? What'd you think?
I feel in a way kind of like I felt with the new God of War, where I'm like, there's mechanics in the games that they added finally that I'm like, oh, I I kind of want to play that right now. Like just like it sounds stupid, but like a basic jump button in Gears could go a
No,
long
yeah,
way.
that's a big deal.
It
Like it
could
really,
go a long
it'd be
way
like
if we
adding
had
a
them.
jump to Zelda.
Right.
Like,
Like legit. Like it could go a long way depending on how they create obstacles and maps and verticality stuff like that. So there are things like that, and it's good to see the gore still in place. But one of the things I wrote down here was, and it was, I kind of have like a plus check or a minus check next to stuff. The question mark was the gameplay loop felt a little too familiar. And I remember you saying that to me in text messages as well. And it's that thing where you're danged if you do, danged if you don't, like
for sure.
a return to form for sure. But then it's like they were doing so, like, just the overall layout of like the gunfights just was so similar, and
Yeah.
it's to the point where it's like, on one hand, they're like, we're finally be able to do things we never could do with the new technology. And it's like, so why am I still just blowing up grub holes? Like, this is
Very good point.
like it's really basic gameplay, which again, like
Right.
that's not a terrible thing, but we're on our 9th game, I think it's a problem.
Right. And so I will preface this by saying I am actually playing through the Gears franchise right now with a friend.
I'm
And
sorry to
we're
hear
on
that.
Gears 3. We're on Gears 3. So I don't like obviously I played all of them, and obviously the newer ones are more fresh in my mind because they were newer. But I think it's fair to say that like a lot of people, including myself, we just never gelled with Gears 4 and 5. Like there was like you weren't playing as Marcus in Gears 4. Like Gears 4 was kind of like it it was very very derivative. It was like this is another Gears game. And it wasn't quite as I won't say bad because it wasn't a bad game though. Like it really wasn't. It's just it was very derivative and it was just kind of creatively just like meh. Like they tried doing like these big twists and stuff and they were trying to say I guess this is spoilers for Gears 4, but who cares? Like they were trying to bring back the Locust Queen in, and then they were trying to do what's her face? Kate was like actually like a descendant of her, and it's just like, who cares, man? Like, like you play as JD, which is Marcus. I almost said Gears' son, which is Marcus's son, and it's like, yeah, but like. It's the Luke Skywalker problem.
Yeah,
As soon as
right.
Marcus Phoenix showed up in Gears 4, it's like, I want to play as him.
Right.
Like
Right.
it's trying to do the Ghostbusters thing of like, okay, we're going to pass it on to the new people. It's like, no, that's not why I'm here. Either you have to commit or you don't. And because of that, I really do think Gears 4 and 5 suffered. Not, I mean, just they were just derivative. They were good games, but I was not blown away by either one of them. The multiplayer in 5 was actually really strong, but it just sort of seemed like they didn't have the longevity for it. Like something was wrong with it. I can't sit here and tell you exactly what it was, but many people, including myself, the amount of hours I have in Gears multiplayer, especially for the third one, is sickening. So like, is it simply like I've grown up or, whatever? And I just don't think it is. I think it's just very derivative. So that was a long way to get here to say, like, even though I've got it in my head of what, Gears is like simply because I'm playing it, like you've identified it. And did you even play Gears 5? Did we play Gears 5 together? I think
we did. Yeah.
Okay. So like, it still looks like Gears. And it's like, as you said, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I guess I'm just going to repeat what you say. But my number one thing is like, if this was Gears 4, I'd be a lot more excited.
I agree.
Because
I completely agree. Yeah.
It's just that it's not even that we've had so much Gears. It's like we've had so many Gears titles that haven't taken risks that they either needed to take a big risk or just keep doing what they're doing. Like if it's like Forza Horizon. Like Forza Horizon is, people get mad at Forza Horizon. Like they need to switch it up and then it sells 20 million copies.
Well,
like this isn't that.
Like
because go ahead.
Their big risk with Gears is that's kind of my issue. Like, and I make fun of it, like saying like, oh, Gears has no story and it sucks. But like, when it comes to a game like Gears, your big swing is not going to be in the story. It's going to be in the gameplay. Like,
right.
The big revelation with Marcus is like, that's neat. That's great. That's a cool little addition. But like, that's not what most, like, let's be honest, meatheads are here for. I mean, like Gears is a meathead game.
Well, but they are, but it's the big risk with E-Day is that they went and did E-Day. Like that's it, because they were on Gears 5 and they left Gears 5 on a cliffhanger, which most people don't remember because it was a dumb cliffhanger, but you made a choice at the end of Gears 5. And so like they very clearly were setting up a Gears 6 for something. And like, that was the big risk of Gears 5. It's like, oh, we're giving you choice in the story. And it's like, who cares? I just don't care.
Not
like
at all. Like,
now
no.
to say that I'm a Gears fan, and while the story is stupid, like, I don't know, like it's a special kind of dumb anime that works for me, and I'm not alone in that. But it's still not the focal point at all. Like you said, it's the gameplay. Gears revolutionized the gameplay, and this looks substantially like smoother. Like, and I believe them when they say they rebuilt everything from the ground up. Like, it looks like it.
I like the slide.
Everything looks brand new.
Slide in the cover.
Yep. As I'm playing Gears, like I can't tell you how many times I've done the run up to the side of a cover or whatever, like a block or something that's on the battlefield, popping them with the Nasher and then slipping back over. It's like this team clearly played some Gears before they made this game, and like what would be really cool is if you could slide and do that. It's like, okay, you figured it out. However, 5 years since the last Gear, like that's
what I mean.
That's what you came up with.
That's what I mean. Like, it's just like, that's what I said at the top. Like, there's a lot of games that are just good looking games, but for us to be this long into the life cycle of these consoles and just not be getting them is kind of bittersweet,
insane.
So like when
it's very much
so when I see like the chainsaw and stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's still cool, but like you didn't do anything with it. You didn't say, oh, here's a QTE that goes into it. Here's a I don't know, like a team up chainsaw thing you can do, or like a 3-way chainsaw thing or something. Like there was nothing like.
For me, it's like, why? Like the chainsaw is essentially like your glory kill, right?
Absolutely.
It's your unskippable, like, I'm getting the kill, but it's on the 360, and I guess even on the Xbox One, that's all it needed to be.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna go chainsaw this dude.
Exactly.
Like, and so now it's like, I'm gonna go chainsaw the dude. It's like, yeah, but like I've done that 900 times now.
Right.
So it's still cool to see, but you didn't add anything to it. And I don't need, like you said, like it might seem contradictory or not fair to be like, well, I'm gonna look at what you're not doing and not what you are doing. But it's like, it just feels derivative. And that's not a problem. Like, Gears E-Day could still be a 10 out of 10, but I highly doubt it, I guess is the best way to say it.
And it's funny because it's like after everything I said, I would sound like a huge hypocrite because the other game I'm looking forward to actually getting my hands on is Halo.
Sure.
Because Halo looks like a real game now for the first time in a long time.
Right.
Like, and it's almost all graphics based stuff. And I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
this is like Halo on a new console, finally. I'm sorry, but it just never felt that way to me. Like it just they kept a very similar art style. They kept a very similar play style, obviously, but for the first time in a long time, Halo looks next gen. So I'm very so.
Yeah, them.
Go ahead.
I was like, well, them moving to UE5 was always going to do that for them. It was going to give them a facelift. But at the same time, I just want to point out, like, I think it's telling that they're only doing the campaign for the original Halo. And I still think that's a mistake in some ways.
There's no
But I'm with
multiplayer,
you in
you
that,
mean?
like, correct. Yeah, it is just the campaign. And then they're adding 3 new missions, which is what they showed off in the
This
trailer
game
today.
has no multiplayer.
It has no multiplayer. So awkward silence. I'm with you in that though.
I take back
I want to
everything
play
I
that.
said. I'm not playing that game. I'm not. I'm not even joking. Why waste my time? I'm sorry. Like no. Like Halo. Like the reason Halo is what Halo is because of the LAN parties. It's because of the
Well,
Halo 2 online system. Like no, you're stupid.
I like how you went from Gears to Halo because they're kind of the antithesis to where Gears didn't really talk about multiplayer and they didn't talk about Horde, and all they said was is there's this new kind of Horde that's up for 12 people, and it's basically like a raid, kind of. It's like 12 people teaming up, and it's like, okay, I think you guys screwed up. Like that's not what Horde is. Now they did not say if there's regular Horde or not. I'm hoping that there is, but if there's any game that I feel like you could have skipped multiplayer, I do want to say it's Gears. Like I say this as a Gears player, it's just the multiplayer scene in general has changed. Now, I'm actually not mad at the multiplayer not being in Halo 1. I I get what you're saying, but those games still exist. Like you can still go play Halo Infinite or you can play Master Chief Collection if you really want to.
Why am I doing that? There's a new Halo. So it should come in multiplayer. It's like
Yeah,
Halo multiplayer. That's how that works. Like that's how your game blew up.
but
That's the reason your game blew up.
yeah, that's not going to happen again though.
I mean, especially
It's
I mean,
just not.
I mean, maybe not. Like, especially not now. I think there's people in the office who agree with you, and they just like who think they're never going to capture that again. So why even try? When I think it's the complete opposite. Like this is the best looking Halo anyone's ever seen. Basic multiplayer may go a long way. Like if you show that those scenes, but with 7 other people on lockout, that goes a long way. But whatever.
Right, but that's
Get your Game Pass players to play it, and no one else is going to buy it.
it's I feel like with these legacy franchises, and when you really think about it, I think Microsoft is the one that's probably going to have the biggest problem with it, simply because Sony never really had that must play multiplayer game. Like Xbox Live truly was a revolution for gaming in general. Like
Yep.
the idea of playing stuff online, like Sony tried. They really tried with their shooters. They tried with Last of Us. Like they had some good online stuff. Like the Uncharted games had some decent
Shout out to
multiplayer,
Mag.
but like
Everybody knows we were there for Mag. Good times.
what's the word I'm trying to say here? Like they did not build themselves on multiplayer, whereas Xbox kind of did. But it's that thing, like, Epic was making a new Unreal Tournament and then they just stopped because nobody cared. Like I feel like Xbox is in that field, but also in a much worse way because, as I kind of said, like, how do you make a multiplayer game that's going to be, sustainable in 2026 because you're competing with Fortnite and all those things? Like, I don't know. And I don't know if they'll ever figure that part out, but yeah, we'll see. I don't want to sit here and have a debate about,
that's
live
definitely-
service and stuff.
That's definitely a Microsoft thought process because you're right. They're thinking, well, it won't compete with Fortnite, so let's not invest in it. And it's like, he doesn't need, like, when that's the problem with the thought process, you don't need to compete with Fortnite. Like you are going to do that by default,
You
but
do,
you don't
though.
need to. Like if you manage your expectations correctly and whatnot, like you can have a thriving online, uh, make your good, if not decent to good money revenue, and you'd be just fine. But Microsoft is not in the business of just fine. None of them are. So that's exactly the thought process. It's like if it's not going to be the biggest multiplayer in the world, then we don't want it. And that's the wrong. That's the exact wrong mentality. If you like, if you can get a good Gears turnout multiplayer, if you get a good Halo multiplayer turnout, if you can get a good Forza player turnout, that's three different pretty big audiences you have come to your platform on a daily basis. As opposed to, I just now played through the Halo campaign with you, Corey, and now I'm done. It's uninstalled.
Yeah, it'll be whatever the next Halo is. It'll be interesting to see what decisions they go with. I believe Campaign Evolved is simply them getting used to Unreal Engine 5. Them moving off of Slipspace like is a huge, at this point. Yeah, a huge deal. Like Slipspace has always been a problem. The tech debt of it supposedly has just been a problem. So like, yeah, so I agree with you. I also disagree, but I think it's too early to say, and I think that's a ever evolving sort of thing that we're going to keep an eye on, because even Fortnite's taken some hits lately. So, but anyways, let's move on. Fable. So Fable got pushed right before the show, about a week before they got out, and they're getting out of the way of Grand Theft Auto. It's now 2027. February, they did slap a date on it here of February 23rd, 2027. We got a new trailer for it. I don't know that it changed anything for me. Yeah,
it looks bad.
It still looks good.
I think it looks bad.
I think it looks good. Yeah, no, I'm not with you on that one. Like the problem is that this needs what's the word I want to use here?
Even that last trailer they have at the last presentation just look bad. Like this doesn't look. It's not the choices you want to make. You know, it's not the.
I don't think it's that game though.
It's that's the thing. It's not. So like, what are you doing? Like, it's not even like it's an RPG where you get to go left or right. Like, cool. Like, I don't like. And if that's the case, it's gonna have to really rely on your atmosphere and your plot, and nothing about that story trailer is knocking me out of the park. So I don't know. It looks.
Yeah, like I'm with you. Like the story is very much a good versus evil, but for me, Fable was always just sort of living and existing in that world. And I know for some people that's not what it was. It was different. But for me, like it's not. I'm not blown away by any means. Like, and it's taken way too long to get this game. But no, I will be there day one. But again, I'm not over the moon for it by any means. But there's not really much else to say. They finally showed the villain, who's being played by Haley Atwell, but I don't even remember her name. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I was a little bit surprised they pushed that one, like, because they were out there like really touting like autumn, and I was like, okay, like they seem to be pushing that. But I also don't blame them for getting out of the way of Grand Theft Auto, like, at all. So, all right. So I'm just going to kind of scroll through here, kind of the stuff that jumped out at me. I know Persona 4 Revival is a big one for people, but the news on that is we got a release date.
I don't care. Like, I'm the biggest Persona fan in the world. I just don't care. Only because, like, I'm at the age where it's like, if you just put a title card on the screen, I'm like, I don't care. Like, show me gameplay. Like, show me, like, especially after ReFantazio, whatever you call it. Like, that was like, yeah, like that was really, really, really good. Really, really, really good. And for them to go back to Persona, which is, again, big fan of Persona, they should have showed me what's new with Persona. You know, like what's the new risk they're taking, what they're doing, as opposed to just a ominous figure in Persona 6. Like, yeah, I know Persona 6 is coming. So is Forza 7.
Well, really, yeah. For this, what it really was is it's coming to Game Pass day one, and I think that's the story,
right?
And that's a big get, along with Persona 4. Actually, I think I said Persona 4. I didn't mean to say that. But Persona 4 Revival was shown as well. And then later in the show they said Persona 6 and it's coming to Game Pass. Like, that's a big play by Microsoft.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
I'm a little, I don't want to say concerned, but like, it's a weird play. Like that base.
They're still gonna buy it on PlayStation.
right. Like I'm really struggling to understand. I understand getting the old ones for Game Pass because like your audience maybe hasn't played them before, but yeah, and we'll talk about this in a little bit because we'll talk about exclusivity and stuff like that. But I'm very confused on that one. But yeah, we'll talk later. So, I would say a standout for me, but I actually thought State of Decay 3 looked really good. I love the idea of State of Decay, but I've just those games to me like they never felt done is the best way I can say it. And I think fans of the franchise, even the developers would agree with me that like those were always sort of works in progress, and not that this one won't be, but this seems like the most overall complete package from everything from presentation to gameplay. Like there's a lot of really cool stuff that they're doing, and it's coming out in 2027.
See,
So anything on that?
I feel I think State of Decay is gonna be. I gotta get my hands on it. I guess never trust State of Decay because it always feels okay. They always have great
Right.
trailers and it just feels okay when you play it. And I play like an hour and I'm done. But this one looks even better. So like they seem to be going with that trend. So I'll wait to get my hands on it. But I agree with you. It looks good. Like it definitely looks good. But
God, I
I
hope so, considering how long they've been working on it.
so I was feeling that way about Plague Tale. Like that was
Oh, Resonance.
yeah, like I might be a Plague Tale fan at this point. I like the trajectory they're going on. I remember playing that first game on Game Pass and us reviewing it and just being like being real milk toast on it. And then the
Yeah.
second one got better, and then it got better, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is like before the title was revealed. I'm like, wait a minute, they're really pushing for like making a game here. Like they're really adding like new and different gameplay mechanics each time. Like they're really trying to create something that's new and fresh every single time. Like it's just, I think it's just worth being celebrated. So I'm definitely keeping my eye out for that one.
Yeah, I did not like that second game as much as everyone else did. I will give it its flowers and say like, no, it's a phenomenal game. For me, like it looks good, but it is like it seems like every game is like almost like a. I mean, I guess that's not entirely true. This game looks like a big departure. Like this almost looked like a third person action game.
Right.
Like with Batman combat, and it's like okay, like I will be there to check it out, and it's due out in August because I mean it's on Game Pass. Why not? But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic for that one because those first two games did not land for me, but this one might land for me. So, but I also like it doesn't need to be Assassin's Creed either. Like it doesn't need to be
yeah,
like
right. I agree. Yeah.
this is like a story in time and all that. And I've actually been debating going back to play those first two or at least the second one because I'm struggling to understand where the story takes place and how does it tie in. And that I guess I got to play it and find out. But that was just that's where I am at with it. So the Ninja Theory is making another Hellblade game just called Senua.
Uh, yeah.
So that's happening.
Sure. I don't like. They want to be a thing so bad. It's just not going to be a thing, guys. I don't like.
What I'll say again, cautious. Go ahead.
It's just weird because like I'm watching Plague Tale, which is just, like that team is smaller than Ninja Theory, right? Has to be.
I mean, Asobo's pretty large. I mean, they also do flight sim, so like
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I would actually assume that Ninja Theory is probably smaller.
The smaller one.
Yeah, Ninja Theory's always been a very small team.
See, I just know Ninja Theory. I guess more so because I just feel like if any team is going to build on something and create something fresh and have you rethink the franchise from game to game, it would be them. Like it's instead this genuinely looks like DLC. I don't know.
Right.
I don't even know what.
So
I don't
sorry,
know.
real quick. Ninja Theory is about half the size of Asobo. Asobo's
Okay, good.
260. Ninja Theory is 130.
And I would imagine that team, if you're saying they do flight sim, is probably not working on Plague Tale. Like that I would assume that their team is even smaller than that. I would assume. I don't know.
No, Plague Tale is Asobo, so they're doing both.
Okay.
I'm assuming that that's a 2-team studio. So one team's doing flight sim and one
Right.
team's doing Plague Tale. So because I think that's all they've made essentially the past 10 years. So
Yeah,
But Senua,
I saw no risk. I saw nothing worth jumping up for this one.
what I will say is like I did not really care for Hellblade 2, like, and I say that as this is like probably one of the dumbest things I've ever said. I liked Hellblade 2 to the point I hated it. Like, because I was annoyed with it, but I still liked it, and I'm annoyed that I liked it because it's not very good. If that makes sense. It's just like there's something about the presentation and everything that just sort of hits for me. It's probably the tech more than anything, but I do not care
It
about the
looks
story
great.
and all that stuff.
It
Yeah.
looks
And
phenomenal.
it's but there were moments in Hellblade 2 that were really freaking cool. I don't mean just like from a tech, like some of the combat and stuff like that. When it would hit right, it was great. But it very much still felt like a tech demo. Like if they can actually make a game, like a start to finish,
It doesn't
full
look like a game
experience.
to me. Still, they're not showing like. I'm
Right.
sorry. Like I'm out for this one. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. 2027. So, Doom: The Dark Ages Revelations is the expansion that they have been promising forever. It is out July 7th. Not much to really say on that one because they showed a lot, but I don't. Story trailers for Doom.
Oh.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
can they just make Quake now? You did the Doom
No,
revival.
I'm tired of that argument. Like Quake,
Do
they don't need to make Quake.
do an arena shooter.
really
Do
don't.
it. You don't need to do
I can
more
get behind
Doom
that,
either.
but I don't know that I disagree or agree.
Or it can even be Doom the arena shooter. I don't care. Just no more. Just straight up Doom. I'm good. Like we've had our fill.
But each Doom game is very different, and every time they've taken big swings. And I think Doom: The Dark Ages is the weakest of those, but that's like
It is,
it's not the crown jewel, but it's a good
it's
jewel.
still good. No, it's still
Um,
like, they have not made a
right.
bad game yet. I'm just saying like
Correct.
This is their
But
expansion. But for their next
if
game,
they
I'll
made
go, like,
Quake, it would just be like it's like they have new ideas for every Doom game,
yeah.
and I feel like Doom in general just has more possibilities. But I guess you could argue, well, bring that idea to Quake or whatever. But it's also like Quake. I don't want to say like I don't understand. Like Quake 2 is a revolutionary video game. I'm not saying it's not by any means, but like there's not a lot there. Like in Quake 4 was just weird and not a good way. But anyways, Doom: The Dark Ages, like they did not show this in this trailer, but like Marty Stratton and Hugo Martin, they have been talking about this and saying like it is essentially a sequel. And I don't know what that means. Like, are they saying in terms of length and stuff like that? But they are saying that this is a much better and much different game than Doom: The Dark Ages was in terms of like their philosophies and what they're going with. So I'm interested for that reason because when they did Ancient Gods for Doom Eternal, that was pretty much like a sequel. It wasn't as long as Eternal, which is honestly a good thing, but like that was a good 6 to 8 hour expansion that really fleshed out that game. And I do kind of consider it part of Eternal, even though you can buy it separate. But anyways, but I'll be playing this as a Doom fan. But like, I'm gonna say this again,
I'm happy
nobody
for
cares about the story.
I'm happy for the Doom fans. I genuinely am. There's a bunch of y'all out there. Y'all need more Doom. I'm just saying, like, for their next full video game, I would like to see what else they want to do.
Or if they do a crossover, Quake and Doom.
Listen, as long as I can shoot you with those Doom guns and stuff, I'm cool. I don't care what you call it. Like Quake is just like their arena shooter thing. I don't care. It's just an IP to me. Like I don't care about their story, their lore, or anything like that. I'm here for the laser guns and the exploding rockets.
Let's go play some Quake 3 Arena. It's on Game Pass.
I'm not mad.
Crazy Taxi has made a comeback. Crazy Taxi World Tour
Listen,
will be available on Xbox Series X and S.
I've
It
been
will be
telling
Xbox Play Anywhere.
people for a long time the Dreamcast will rise. We will come back. All of us, all six of us will come back. Those Dreamcast fans, it's the greatest console of all time.
There's at least 10 of you guys.
Listen, it's like we're getting old, so like I'm guessing some of them fell off.
That's fair.
But it's
dying off.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
fair.
That woke me up. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, that was cool to see, and it looks like they're actually doing it. Like this isn't like some weird like, all right, we'll give them $15 million and see what happens. Like no, they are definitely trying, and they've got the original creator behind it, which is awesome, as well as they had the iconic song. So like not much to say there other than like I'm there day one. Like that looks cool. It looks like Crazy Taxi. What more can you ask for?
Yep,
So,
I'm in.
let's see here. I'm skipping over a couple, not simply because like it's just like they're doing a 25th anniversary Series X. Nobody's going to buy that. It's too expensive. Minecraft Dungeons 2, you know what that is. It's Minecraft. It'll explode. Where Winds Meet didn't do anything for me. I don't think it did anything for you.
No, I tried playing that. It's fine. It's I would say it's better than fine. It just doesn't. It's one of those where it's either your game or it's not, and I don't think it's my game.
That's, yep, totally fair. Persona 6 we already talked about. Spyro, A Realm Reborn from Toys for Bob it has been rumored for a little while, but this is finally happening and is out in spring of 2027. It's a Spyro game. I will be all over that one.
I'm on it because I want to be with you there, but like they love to make a bad Spyro game when they can. Not that they all are, but if they can make a bad one, they will. So like it looked from the outside, looked really good. I would need to see a longer trailer of it to really understand like what they're trying to do with it and if they captured that magic again.
I trust Toys for Bob, but at the same time, that doesn't mean it's going to be a home run. But I guess out of all the franchises that Microsoft now owns after buying Activision, I'm a little surprised they went with Spyro. But whatever. I'll be there day one. So Clockwork Revolution. I still can't tell you whether I like this game or not. And I'm very curious how you feel about it, because I think this is a game that you would enjoy more than myself.
I would have to get my hands on it, like
yeah,
it's
like I feel like it's doing too much. Like I legitimately cannot. I don't know what the game is. What do you do in Clockwork Revolution?
I mean, it seems to be
like, is it open world? Like, is it like the Outer Worlds? Is it more linear? Is it like a death loop? Like because I guess I don't understand the time mechanic. Like, what does the time mechanic actually do? But yet every time I watch the trailers, I'm like, I want to play that. And I don't even, but I can't tell you why.
I don't know. Big question mark for me on that one. I think it could be really good. It's gonna. I don't even know what it would depend on, because if it's a sandbox, it's going to depend on like keeping track of the plot very well and keeping the pacing right. If it's going to be more linear, then it's going to definitely depend more on the gameplay. And I didn't see a ton of gameplay that really was like, this is great. But again, I need to get my hands on it, because I could watch video of BioShock and be like, looks all right,
Right.
But
no, that's totally fair. I get that.
So like, I need to get my hands on this one. Like it looks good.
We will see on that one. Slated for 2027. And then, so this decision to close your show with Call of Duty again, unless you are now going to close every single show ever with Call of Duty, you are idiots. I say that with love, because am I wrong on that? Like, why?
Are you wrong?
Absolutely, why?
I've been saying this just for a decade. Like, I remember being on my podcast with you years and years ago, and they closed the show with Call of Duty, and they had Halo in the bag. I'm like, what are you doing? Call of Duty is not your game. That's a gun for hire. Like, it goes to the highest bidder every year. They do not care. They don't love you. And it's like, prop up your own game all of the time, most of the time.
I mean, it is their game now, though.
You're right. Yeah, it is their game now, but
right from a business side,
it's going to sell regardless, though. It's not a thing you
I sort of get it. Yeah, I sort of get it, but at the same time, it's like, like you said, people are going to buy it no matter what. But after like, and that's why I said, unless this is the new norm and we just need
And
to
it comes out
expect
every
that you're
year.
always
That's
going to
like that's the
close.
thing.
Right. Unless you're going to close with Call of Duty every single time from now on, like the one more thing, like to close out your show, like it doesn't need to exist. However, it does, like everybody is waiting for that big moment of what's the big game that they're going to unveil. So I guess in this, like when you look at the lineup of what they have here, maybe they just didn't, maybe they couldn't come up with something, like, or maybe it's just like, we don't have anything. So like if they close with Gears, people will be upset because like you're already doing a 30-minute presentation on Gears. You can't close with the Halo because it's just a campaign. You can't close with Fable because you've done that before and like that game's taken forever to come out. You close with Senua.
No, please
No,
don't. No.
like so it's like I kind of understand, but it's just like I don't know. Just even Persona 6 would have been a better.
Persona 6 some gameplay, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
but I
like,
mean,
and the fact that it's coming to Game Pass, like. Again, I will play Call of Duty because I am that guy. I play every single one of them. I enjoy most of them. But for the love of God, just do your own. Just do a Call of Duty stream. You're like your fans will show up. So that's how they closed it. But I wanted so overall, what did you feel about it? But there is one other topic I want to cover because I'm very confused by what they're doing. But
overall, to be honest with you, and I don't mean to sound like a hater, but like I think this was the weakest one of the three that I saw. I didn't pound for pound just wasn't the games that I wanted personally. And then the games I did want personally, they all have caveats to them. Like you broke my heart with Halo. Thank you so much for that. Plague Tale it's a smaller game that I'm going to play. That I'm interested about. Clockwork Revolution, I got my eye out on. But yeah, pound for pound, game for game, I'm just like, there's nothing really here that screams. Gotta turn on my Xbox, like Gears look goodish. Not really sold on it yet, like it's not. And lastly, there was no big kind of hype moment, like there was
right.
no big, there wasn't the big old hype thing machine, like my cousin came in the other day talking about, yo, do you see Tupac's in that new game? I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm like, is this the same stream where they had the Last Running show? Like, I'm sorry, he's like, the Last Run is a video game? Yeah, made by Platinum. Like, that's crazy. Like, you know, like there's so many like IPs that are coming out of left field and other shows, or these characters or things are showing up in things that kind of serves this moment in time where it's like I didn't get any of that with Microsoft. Like again, like my biggest hype moment was Crazy Taxi, but no one considers that a Microsoft game essentially. So that's
right.
It is what it is. So
yeah,
like,
the word for me is safe. Like it was very safe, and that's fine. Like Microsoft has been raked over the coals before for unveiling stuff way too early. And so I get not wanting to fall into that. Plus, as we get into the next topic here, like they have a new regime. This is a brand new regime. So I'm sure there's some hesitancy as things were changing behind the scenes. And like, if you were a Game Pass customer, which is what this was supposed to do, you're set. Like they've got awesome games coming. They've got big games coming. Like, so you're set. But like you said, there's nothing in there that I was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe they're doing it. And that's, again, it's not going to do that every time.
Yeah, right. But like, even something like stupid, like when Sony years ago had the Shenmue reveal, like it was a stupid reveal because it wasn't their game. But at the same time, that's a game series that was dead for a long, long time, like just do something stupid for the flair. Like at the end of the day, it's still a show. You get some showmanship.
Right. That's fair. So we're going to talk a little bit more about like industry stuff now because a lot's happened since we've been here. But like the big ones is exclusivity. And you and I have debated this many times, and it turns out like everybody's right, I guess is the best way to say it. Like I was always very just like, people were saying that Sony isn't third party because it's PC. I'm like, you are a clown. Stop saying that. Like that is just you coping. And Sure enough, they're pulling back from PC because they're worried about damaging the brand. So it's like, haha, gotcha. But at the same time, Microsoft is now announcing console exclusives when I've been like, no, everything needs to be third party. And now they're like, haha, gotcha. It does matter. I'm like, well, F off. Like, we're both right. But the point of me saying that is that weirdly enough, is they announced Gears E-Day as a quote console exclusive, which means it's never coming to Sony's platform. However, Halo,
I don't believe you.
Halo, State of Decay, Senua, Doom, Minecraft Dungeons, Spyro. I don't know if they ever said.
Spyro's coming for sure.
Yeah, are all multi-platform, and then Clockwork Revolution is also a quote console exclusive. So like, what are you doing? Like for me, the biggest thing is like, okay, so Asha Sharma's new there, whatever. So Asha Sharma's new in town, like, so she's making a bunch of changes, and some of them are big. Like, she lowered Game Pass pricing, removed Call of Duty from it, which I think was a good choice. Like, she's making changes. So, however, to open your show and basically be like, console exclusive, which is very much her saying it matters. Like, it matters to us, and we know it matters to you, the fans, that we have exclusive content for only Xbox. And like, there's even like a tweet has now come out and said like, it's only on Xbox. It will never be on PlayStation. And I'm sure there's some people that are celebrating and all that. And but then to also announce in the same show, all these other games coming to PS3 or PS5, PS3 would be funny, PS5, including Fable. Like, what are you doing? Like, so how do you feel about exclusivity and all that now that we're on the other side of all these changes? Sony's pulling out. They're not doing PC anymore. And Xbox is apparently not putting some stuff on PS. Like, so are they only putting out Fable and all these other things because they were already working on the PS5, or are they still going to be doing this hybrid approach? What do you feel?
I mean, I think they're making up as they go along, and I think they have this, and I think it's the same or similar approach of Sony, or thought process rather than approach. They do feel like they're in honestly, it's about time that they feel this way again. That they feel that there are some brands, some Xbox brands that don't want elsewhere, that need to be Xbox brands. You know, I've always been essentially just to the nature of the business. I've always been kind of pro exclusivity, not only because, but also because it's how do you determine what console to get? The insights are the exact same at this point, you know. So like, which one are you going to get? The one that has your game, or the one that doesn't have your game? So I understand exclusivity. So like, I've always been kind of pro exclusivity for the most part, but I too am confused as to how Microsoft approaches it, because when Sony does it, they're like, all right, we'll put it on PC. All right, we're not putting it on PC. And it's just blanket statement all the way across the board, you know? Like, it's figure it out by PlayStation. Whereas Xbox is, I don't even believe them. I just generally don't, you know? Like, it's, I will see Gears. Like, you know what? It will depend how it performs. Whereas with Sony, I feel like someone will have to look into it, but I'm pretty sure they did the numbers and said, know what? The cost it makes to put it on PC and advertise for PC, we don't see the revenue we want from that. So that's why we're not going to do it. It's just like, if they're making a bunch of money from PC, I think they'll keep doing it.
That is such a cop-out. Like, you're right, but and Sony, this is what I'm annoyed with both of them, is like, Sony is like, yeah, we're going to start putting stuff on PC, but you never really did. Like, some of your PC ports were busted, A, and B, like, they come so far after everything, like the hype and the fervor around the game. And then, like, also, you chose some weird titles. You put Sackboy Adventures on PC, and you're surprised it didn't sell? Like, it didn't sell on the PS5. Why would, like, what are you doing? And so they went in and they were like, okay, we're doing PC. And then like, well, actually, we're not going to do that. It's like, you never did it. Like, you never tried to put a game day one on PC because you're too afraid. Like, again, I'm not mad at them for it, but it's like, this notion that Sony is putting out there, being like, "Hey, we tried, it just did not work out." It's like, you are full of crap.
Oh,
Like,
I agree. I
just
agree with you. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. Like
And Microsoft's the same way. Like, a lot of their games have not exploded, but it's like, well, Gears E Day is only going to be on Xbox, and it's like, okay, it's what that tells me is that because you put the original Gears remake, which was a remake of the remaster, no, a remaster of the remake, and it didn't do well because it's an Xbox 360 game that came out in 2006 that you've now remade twice essentially, and so that, like, I don't understand, I guess, is that neither one of them really committed to trying to go third party. Now, what's funny is, like, Fable was probably the big one, right? Like, that is a huge thing. Well, it is day one on all platforms
sense,
minus
though.
Nintendo. Go ahead.
It might make sense because how long has this game been in development? This might be just a way to recoup costs.
And that's fine. But you getting out there and being like, console exclusive, it's like, what does that mean? Because you're also putting it on PC. Like, not you are a clown too. Like, I'm so tired of you people and your PR and your bullcrap. Like, we are investing in Xbox. It's like, so that means you're just not putting it on PlayStation? Is that what that means? If it is, that's fine. But why are you dancing around it? So I guess a tweet has now come out saying that that Gears of War and Gears of War E-Day and Clockwork Revolution are not timed exclusives. Games that are already announced for multi-platform releases will stick to that plan. So I guess we don't really know what they're doing for a little bit until, like, are they State of Decay 4, whatever they're going to, the games that they're greenlighting now, are they actually going to pull back from PlayStation? And honestly, it kind of seems like they're going to. Like,
and they absolutely should. Like, bring back the console war. Like, I'm like it. I think it breeds healthy competition, also unhealthy competition with time, exclusivity, and all that stuff. But healthy competition all the way around. Like, I'm 100% down with making things very, very exclusive if you can.
Yeah, I'm not mad, but I'm annoyed because it's like neither one of you really tried, and the way that you get past this is that you have to put out hardware that's compelling too. Like, you have to give features that people are excited about, achievements and your OS and, like, all the stuff that you did on Xbox 360. Like, you made a platform there that the other, like, the competition, it wasn't just the games, it was the platform in general. That Xbox Live is why you chose Xbox sometimes.
Yep, sure was.
Like, sometimes it was the games. Like, sometimes it was, Gears of War. Like, I get it.
Sure was.
But it's also just like, who cares, man? Like, I don't. Yeah. So
as
the fact that they're quote
a PlayStation fanboy, 100%. Like, yeah, but I could play this on Xbox Live though, and I have my friends list and all that stuff. You say, like, the ecosystem,
but it's too late.
Is stellar.
Right, it's too late. Like, the fact that they're going back to exclusive games being the thing is, like, honestly, like, it's lazy. Like, that's the best way I can say it. Like, it is freaking lazy because you essentially you are giving into the console wars and the fanboyism. Like, because most people do not give a damn. They do not care that Clockwork Revolution is only on Xbox. They don't care. Again, it's not only on Xbox. It's also on PC.
Especially not that game. Like, like, if you said
fair.
if you said Halo was coming out on PlayStation 3 as PlayStation 5 as well, it'd be like, that's a big
it is,
hit.
Though. Like, Forza's already done it. Like, so it's
that's why I don't believe them. That's why it's more frustrating for me coming from Microsoft. When PlayStation does it, it's just kind of like, yeah, we didn't make enough money, so we're backing out. I'm like, that's a real crappy attitude, but I get it. like that I completely get on paper. Like, here's our numbers. It did not work for us. Like, I can't argue with your numbers. Goodbye. Like, we're done here. Like, I get that. Whereas Microsoft is literally they're still just nickel and diming you all the way. Like, because now you're buying an Xbox, you're thinking, well, now you don't know what to buy, because if you want to buy one or the other, you're thinking, like, wait, is this coming to PlayStation 5? Like, I don't know, because if it is, I'll just stick with my PlayStation or get a PlayStation 5. Whereas, as opposed to if it's exclusive or not. So, like, they're way worse with it. With the PlayStation, like, if
Well, and it's honestly, I think they're both making stupid calls, but it's also because Sony doesn't say anything anymore. Like their PR team, they never talk. Like, even when it came to the PC stuff, they never even told you what games were coming to PC. Like when it was usually like, okay, we're on, what was the name of Ghost of Tsushima is next, or Days Gone is next. Like there was no cadence for their releases. It just seemed like it was shotgunned and it was random. So like it goes back to that thing of what you said.
That I liked. I don't know. There's something about that I genuinely liked. As someone who who played these games on PC, you not telling me lets me go on with my life. Like I don't like this
right.
Is,
like
me personally, just me.
It's really crappy for the consumer though.
It is
like. And that's 100% Sony being Sony and just like, well, we're not going to tell you because we're worried about the brand. Like, we're not going to tell you if God of War, whatever is coming to PC right now because we want you to buy a PlayStation. It might, it could. And honestly, like for me, I'm just like, well, I'm just not going to play it then. Like, and I understand that I'm not the target audience. Like, I will live, but whereas a lot of people are like, okay, I've got a PlayStation 5. Like, I guess I just don't understand what was the point of opening Pandora's box to just go right back to it. And like, again, on paper, I get it. They're worried about the PlayStation 6. Like, they're worried about their brand, and they're also worried about the world economy. And like, these consoles are going to be expensive. Like, we're not in this. They're not going to take a $400 to $500 loss on these consoles to get them down to prices that the everyday consumer will go for. Like, gaming right now is in a spot to where they're Netflixing it, and their core audience is, if you want to keep doing this, you're gonna have to pay for it. It's just that simple. Like, you want a new Xbox or a new PlayStation, guess what? It's double the price now. Like,
yeah,
like, and it's still, I'm not mad at them for it. Like, it's annoying, but it makes sense because they are not getting new customers at all. And that was part of the PC push, is to get more customers. But again, you never tried. Like, you really didn't try. Being not like you not communicating on what's going on with your platform. Like, again, it's really annoying. I'm not mad or like, oh my God, I was right or I was wrong, like kind of thing. It's just like, just figure it out, guys. But it seems like maybe that course correction is coming all around. Like, and there's Nintendo who's just always done that. So, but whatever. I think I was really annoyed more than I should have been about like, Gears of War is a console exclusive. It's like, oh my God, I thought we were done with this.
I mean, you're never gonna be done with it with Microsoft. I think Sony tends to just kind of like, this is what we're doing. And do you plan on changing that? Or any updates? Like, I don't know, maybe. I don't like, bye. Like, you'll hear from us when you hear from us again. And it's a crappy approach, but it's an approach that I like from businesses, because I'm like, because now I'm not hanging on by anything. I'm not bothering you about it. It's like, go dark, do what you need to do. I'm gonna be over here. Whereas every game like Microsoft releases, I'm like, I don't know what that's coming out for. And it's a larger issue because that's how everything works down to their operating system. Like, I don't know how this works anymore. Like it's the entire philosophy of, I am lost within your ecosystem, and it's so bothersome. Like that nothing is just straightforward with them anymore.
Right, and it's getting even, again, it's too early to say. Like, I'm going to say this. Please take it with, I don't want to say a grain of salt, but like, I have been in charge of a new team that is beaten and bruised, not to the size of Xbox. Do not get me wrong, but like, Asha Sharma is not even really going to be able to make major changes or put her philosophies and plans into place for probably another year. So like, we really don't know what their plan is until probably the next showcase, or maybe even the one after that. Like, it's the same thing like when they bought all those studios in 2019 or 2018, whatever, or 2017, whatever it was. It's like, it took 3 to 4 years before we really saw, in some cases, 10 years to really see if those played out, kind of thing. And that's going to be the same thing here. And it's like, this team is battered and bruised, and I feel for them, and I feel for her for having to try to come in and fix the chaos that Phil Spencer and what's her face caused. Like, but I just feel like this was not the way to do it. Like, giving into the fanboy drivel of like, we want console exclusives. It's so annoying. It's so tired, but whatever.
I mean,
whatever.
There's only two ways to build, not only two ways, but there's two big ways to build a gaming brand. And they both revolve around games. It's either make really good games that people buy a lot, or make your games exclusive. You know, because
Right. I guess. Yeah.
like
I don't. You're not.
at the end of the day, that's what
Nobody's
you gotta
wrong.
do.
Yeah. You
In my
don't though.
opinion,
Like you can put your stuff everywhere and still build a good gaming brand, but that means that your hardware has to stick out. Like the Switch being portable, that sticks out. That's a huge selling point for it. I'm not saying that they need to make a portable Xbox. I guess they technically have, but it's like there are other ways to do it. They're much more difficult. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying like it is far easier to build a brand on exclusive content because that's what it is. It's like there is no other option. This is the only way that you can play this game. And it's like, okay, like I get it, but again, like the Xbox 360, the best advertisement for the 360 was the PS3 because they had just stepped on so many rakes and the price and everything. It's like, you can do it. Like you can get people on your platform without having to be just buying exclusive. Like you can do it, but you're choosing not to. Again,
but
I'm not mad at you for it, but
there are a number of reasons, and I think the other reason is you have to build. Nintendo can do it because it's Nintendo. They have the Nintendo magic. Sony, one generation. I mean, one game generation. They're going to give you a genre defining game. Like just like whether it's going to be one of those games. I mean, one. Actually, the 5.
Maybe that Naughty Dog game?
This is the worst generation for everybody, but there's always like that Souls game, that Naughty Dog game, that some game takes over the industry. So like you know what you're getting at some point, but Microsoft just needs to build. Like I think they should build that brand back up. You know, like and if try with the exclusives. You know, like see if that works. But you have to be firm with the exclusives though. This is
right.
This is weak. Like it's just I don't like this approach. And this is again, I'm pro exclusive. Just make it exclusive. None of these games,
right? And it's
do it.
And I do wonder. Yeah, I do really wonder if they had the ability, which I don't think that they do, because I'm sure there's certain things that are signed. Like I guess there's always a way, but like Fable is the one to me because Forza's it's too late. You've already put 2 Forza games on PlayStation. Like if you pull it back now, it's like okay, whatever. Like, but Fable's like you don't have to put that out on PlayStation. And there has never been a Fable on PlayStation. Like, but you're still choosing to, even though you got out there and you're like, Gears of War E-Day is only on Xbox. Like, and it's different if you just would have came out and said, here's the platforms that E-Day's on and PlayStation wasn't on it. But no, you made it a focal point to say only on Xbox, which again also is on PC, but whatever. Fable, you don't have to do it, but you're still choosing to do it. So why? But like, I can't quite figure that one out. But again, that just means I'm diving into the fanboy drivel anyway.
I mean, so that's where you and I think disagree just in practice for the most part. Because if it was up to me, I would just flat out say, yeah, none of these games coming to PlayStation. None of them.
No, I'm with you there. Like if you're gonna do it, just do it. Like pull Call of Duty. I don't care.
Like do it. Like stop being so cap. Like because what else are they going to do? Like the Call of Duty fan is like the Madden fan. You know, like they're going. That's the game that they play.
Well, and
it's put it on, but at the same time, that's where they're going to go play.
Yeah, I guess now thinking about it too, though, like you can't really do that in the middle of a generation, can you? Like, I feel like if you're going to do that, maybe next year is the time to do it because you got a new box coming out. Like, if you got a new box coming out and you're like, hey, this new box, guess what? You're going to have all these games, and this is the only place you can play them. And it's like, okay, like.
If I'm Microsoft, that's my play. New box, Call of Duty exclusive,
that's
here
fair.
Only. Do it.
Yeah, I could. They're not going to do it with Call of Duty because that would also bring legal ramifications for them. But I could see other games. Like I could see with Project Helix, if they're going to draw a line in the sand, that's the time to do it because doing it at the end of a generation is a little bit silly. So I guess I can actually. I'm arguing against myself now at this point. But all right, you get the point. So that is it. Yeah, that is it. We've talked about the showcase. We've talked about the major change. I mean, we could talk about Xbox Game Pass pricing, but again, Microsoft was in a very bad state. And it wasn't even like we didn't plan this small hiatus simply because Xbox was stepping on more rakes. It just happened to be that way. But like it was, speaking as a fan of gaming and as an Xbox person, like I do enjoy Xbox, like that brand was going through some tough times. Like it was just like, even when Game Pass went to $30, it was like, Wow. Okay. This is what we're doing. Like, it was exhausting because it's just like, oh my God, like you guys just can't get anything right. Like, I don't understand.
I
And
will.
Windows is the same way. Like, it's just, but is Asha Sharma going to turn it around? I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
I will say after this show, um, they got if there's any hope I have from them, it's that I feel like they do have a sense of identity coming back to them, because
That's fair.
Halo generally looked like something that looked next gen to me. Like um, Gears, although I'm not personally excited for it, it still looked like, again, it's way too late. Like you said, it should have been Gears 4 looking like this, but it's still that step of, okay, let's get our core philosophy down and add a few bells and whistles here to bring it to that sort of that next year in gaming, if you will. Like even Fable. Again, I don't like Fable, but it's different. It doesn't fit the mold of what they're doing with Fable, what they've done with Fable, or what seemingly any current RPG in the market is doing, a major RPG rather. So it's like you're finding a foothold. Like, I just really wish they would legitimately like care about their brand in a way that Nintendo and even Sony does for the most part. Just because you have these titles that mean a lot to a lot of people, and they're not bad titles. Gears of War is a great title. Halo is a great title. Forza is a great title. Fable was a great title. And they just lean so hard into chasing these trends and these lesser known IPs. It's like, just, you have everything you need. Just make a good game, and then people are going to flock to you. Games are fickle people.
Right. And as long as they keep them on PC, I'm happy, because I'm so tired of, like, consoles is another one too. Like, why? And I'm not going to go into that, but I am definitely that person then now that's like, I'm willing to unfortunately pay the Nvidia tax to get better performance and stuff like that. So I guess in the grand scheme, I'm losing Sony games in this just stupid console war crap. But that's fine. Like, if I really wanted to play them, I guess I got to buy a PS6, right? Which I don't know that I'm going to do. So I will eventually at some point, but we'll see. So, but all right, that's going to do it. Let us know what you thought about the showcases. I don't think that phone number still works, so I'm just going to say gpopfans@gmail.com. I think we have been gone long enough that I think that number got released.
We didn't pay our phone bill. That's crazy. All right, the lights are off. Recording in the dark.
I just
here.
feel like there can't be that many. Like, did they need that phone number? Like, they just couldn't operate without the one phone number that we had? Like, there's like, no, you don't understand. You have the number that we all want, and just help us.
It's a sex phone line now.
It probably is, because it's probably some scammer who's just out there. Like, so yeah. I could get us a new phone number, but I'm not going to do that. That's so weird. Okay. Anyways, that's going to do for this episode of Game Pass or Pass. That was a recap of the summer showcase for Microsoft, as well as just sort of a check-in on how we feel about everything. So we're going to get back to some games here soon. I'm not going to list any because we are still figuring out ourselves that we've been playing stuff, and we are going to talk about them. So that is going to do it for this episode of Game Pass or Pass. We'll see you next time with some games.
Good day, sirs.
When it comes to what your family eats and drinks, you know your choices matter. You're the expert because you know what fits your life. And getting it right starts with good information. That's why America's beverage companies are sharing more information about our ingredients at goodtoknowfacts.org. No spin, no judgments, just the facts straight from the experts for more than 140 beverage ingredients. Visit goodtoknowfacts.org.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't clone you, but it can streamline your hiring workflow. From posting jobs to shortlisting candidates to interviewing, LinkedIn Hiring Pro is the hiring partner you need, so you can focus on connecting with the right talent. In fact, small businesses report saving over 6 hours per week. So hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/Pandora.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's. Like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango Pineapple Refresher with popping boba. You've got ice-cold drinks for every moment. Refreshers contain caffeine.
Comcast is delivering extraordinary experiences in live sports through the incredible broadcast and storytelling from NBC, innovative and personalized viewing features on Xfinity and Peacock, and the country's most reliable Wi-Fi. Viewers can enjoy every game-changing play faster and more seamlessly than ever, all on a network built to deliver unforgettable moments as close to live as possible. The ultimate experience for the American sports fan. Learn more at ComcastCorporation.com/sports.
Before ink met page, superheroes rose from American ideals. Now, these virtues take on powerful new forms in the U.S. Mit's Comic Art Coin and Metal program, featuring all new original designs of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, captured in 24-karat gold and fine silver. It's where American history and heroism unite in striking detail. Order exclusive DC superhero coins and medals today. Visit usmint.gov/DC.